4 years ago, supermarket fish fingers were under 60 pence. Now, some brands are charging £4.50 for just 10 fingers. Are we really paying for fish or just packaging and marketing? Today, I'm ranking the worst to best fish fingers in UK supermarkets, revealing which are overpriced rip-offs and which give you real value and actual fish. 1. Iceland Foods. Breaded fish fingers. Iceland positions these as a wallet-friendly family staple. Big box, low price, easy tea. But flip the pack and the numbers tell a different story. Fish content, 58%. That means nearly half of every bite isn't seafood at all. It's coating, starch, and oil. And not fillet, minced Alaska pollock. That single word changes everything. Minced fish isn't a clean slice from a fillet. It's mechanically separated flesh, compressed into uniform blocks, then reshaped. Texture? Dense. Uniform. Slightly rubbery once baked. Nothing like the flaky layers people expect from proper white fish. Because the structure has been broken down, manufacturers rely on binders to maintain shape. Without that support, it would crumble, so you're not just eating fish and crumbs, you're eating reconstruction. Now look at the ratio, 42% breadcrumb and frying medium. That's almost half the product. When shoppers think they're serving lean protein, they're mostly serving a carbohydrate shell wrapped around processed paste. And here's the bigger issue: perception. Frozen fish carries a health halo. Parents see omega-3, brain development, lighter dinner option. But at 58%, this barely clears the minimum threshold to be marketed as a fish finger. For a few pence more, you could buy frozen white fish portions and coat them yourself. That would deliver actual fillet, actual texture, and significantly more nutritional value. Iceland isn't alone in this formula. But that doesn't excuse it. Budget shouldn't automatically mean diluted quality. If this is meant to be a protein source, the protein shouldn't be the minority ingredient. This isn't seafood forward, it's breadcrumb forward. Number 2, Waitrose Essential Fish Fingers. These contain 64% whole Atlantic cod fillet, one of the highest fish contents in mainstream UK supermarkets, priced at around £3 for 10. In a category where many products sit at 48 to 58%, that difference is significant. Nearly 2/3 of what you're eating is actual fish. No reformed flakes, no minced structure. When cooked, the fish separates into clear, moist layers. That's intact muscle, not reconstruction. Salt levels are lower than most competitors, and they carry MSC certification for sustainability standards. Yes, they cost more than £1 boxes, but when you compare actual fish weight, protein density, lower salt content, and intact fillet structure, the value equation shifts. You're not paying for 40% coating and oil. You're paying for cod to be the main ingredient, not a technical majority. If you're buying fish fingers for protein, this is what that should look like. High fish ratio, clean structure, no breadcrumb dominance. In this category, that distinction puts Waitrose clearly in the top tier. Number 3, Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye has been on British freezer shelves for generations. Their fish fingers are one of the most recognisable products in the UK, a staple in family homes and a nostalgic part of many childhood dinners. The brand still markets itself using the phrase 100% fish fillet, which can easily lead shoppers to think they're buying a product that's mostly fish, and therefore a healthier option for their family. But there's an important nuance here. The 100% fish fillet claim refers to the type of fish used, meaning the fish component itself comes from fillet, but not to how much of the finished product is fish. Look closely at the ingredient list and you'll see why that matters. Typical packs contain only 58% fish, with the remainder made up of batter, rapeseed oil, starches. That means over 40% of what you're eating is coating and additives, not fish. Many shoppers, seeing the 100% fillet label on the front, assume they're buying a high fish product, perhaps even close to actual cod fillet. But in reality, the fish component is well under 2/3 of the total. When you cook them, the texture reflects that composition. Instead of seeing flaky, opaque fish that separates easily, you get a denser, uniform interior wrapped in a thick, crispy coating. That's usually a sign of restructured and battered product, not fillet-first seafood. The marketing language, focusing on filet and tradition, can make shoppers feel better about the choice, even if the nutrition and fish percentage don't match expectations. For a 10-pack that often costs around £4.50, you would expect a product that delivers a higher proportion of real fish and genuinely healthier macros. Instead, you get a heavy coating and a processed interior, which is why this flagship Bird's Eye range lands firmly on the worst list. Let me know in the comments section. Would you pay £4.50 for 10 fish fingers, or do you feel this brand is a rip-off? Number 4. Aldi, the fishmonger cod fish. Aldi quietly outperforms many legacy brands in the freezer aisle, and the difference becomes obvious when you compare them to Bird's Eye. Start with the price. Aldi's 10-pack costs £1.89, while a 10-pack of Bird's Eye fingers costs around £4.50. That's more than double for a product that actually contains less fish. The real distinction is in the fish content. Fish fingers contain 64% whole white cod fillet, flaking naturally when cooked. By comparison, Bird's Eye is only 58% fish, with the rest being batter, oil and additives. Aldi delivers more real fish, better texture and superior nutrition at less than half the cost. The coating on Aldi fingers is light and golden, designed to enhance the fish rather than hide it. Minimal additives are needed and nothing artificial is required to maintain structure. The texture is firm, flaky and satisfying. A stark contrast to the dense, paste-like interior of Bird's Eye fingers. Another advantage, Aldi ensures the cod comes from MSC certified fisheries, providing sustainable, traceable sourcing. This adds confidence for families concerned about environmental responsibility, which Bird's Eye's budget range does not emphasize as clearly. From a nutritional standpoint, Aldi also delivers more protein and omega-3s per serving, with lower salt than Bird's Eye and other processed brands. Families seeking convenience can enjoy real fish without compromise, unlike cheaper, heavily processed options. In short, Aldi offers better fish content, superior texture, MSC certification, and unbeatable value, making it a standout choice. Compared to Bird's Eye, you're paying less, eating more real fish, and avoiding unnecessary additives. With 64% whole cod fillet, flake-perfect texture, Aldi's The Fishmonger Cod Fish Fingers earn the title as the best fish fingers on our list. Number 5, Sainsbury's Stamford Street Company Fish Fingers. Sainsbury's Stamford Street Company line is marketed as an everyday affordable option for families, but when you actually look at what you're paying for, the value isn't what it seems. First, price. These fish fingers often sit around 80p for 10, making them one of the cheapest frozen options on UK supermarket shelves. At a glance, that pricing feels reassuring if you're feeding a family on a budget. But cheap doesn't automatically mean good, and in this case, the product compromises hard where it counts. Now for the fish content, around 58% minced cod fillet. That figure might meet legal minimums to be called fish fingers, but it's important to understand what that really means. This isn't neat cod fillet cut into strips. Instead, the fish has been mechanically processed into a paste and reformed. When you cook them, you don't see flakes separating. You see a uniform, compact interior, a clear sign of reconstituted fish rather than natural fillet. The remaining 42%? That's breadcrumb, starches, and frying oil. The result is a finger that's mostly coating, with only a modest portion of actual seafood. The seasoning and colour additives, including paprika extract and curcumin, don't add nutrition. They add appearance, making the exterior look golden and crisp on the shelf, even if the interior is nutritionally thin. What makes this especially frustrating is who this product is aimed at: people looking for cheap, everyday meals. The lowest priced fish fingers, the ones bought most often by households trying to stretch a budget, are exactly the ones with the lowest meaningful seafood content. That means shoppers trying to do the right thing often get the least fish for their money. In an ideal world, affordability wouldn't mean diluting seafood into filler. But here it does. For that reason, and for the way the numbers stack up against price and expectation, these land firmly on the worst list. Number 6. Tesco's finest chunky cod fish fingers are a premium choice in an aisle crowded with budget, heavily processed alternatives. A 6-pack costs around £4.40, reflecting the higher quality compared to cheaper options, but here the extra cost is genuinely worth it. These fish fingers contain 60% whole cod fillet, not minced or reformed fish. When cooked, the flesh flakes naturally, giving the texture and satisfaction of real fillet. The coating is light, golden and crisp, complementing the fish rather than overpowering it. Compared to budget lines, there are minimal additives, no artificial colours, and a clean ingredient list, exactly what shoppers expect when paying a premium. Another advantage, they are MSC certified, meaning the cod comes from sustainable fisheries. This adds assurance of responsible sourcing and quality traceability, a level of transparency most budget fish fingers completely lack. Nutritionally, Tesco Finest Chunky Cod Fish Fingers deliver more omega-3s and protein per serving, with lower salt than many supermarket budget ranges. While the price is higher, what you get is far more satisfying and genuinely nutritious. These are fish fingers that live up to their name: chunky, flaky, and fillet first. With 60% cod fillet, clean ingredients, natural flake texture, and MSC certification, Tesco Finest Chunky Cod Fish Fingers remain one of the best supermarket options for families who want real fish without compromise.